Hello to my crafty friends, Sharon here from Be Divine Vintage. I'm going to continue today on our journal journey. Here's the journal that we started the other day that we made out of the Ladybird book and dyed the fabrics and stuck the fabrics on the cover. I've been busy since. If you remember, I'd inked 3 of the signatures, so I've inked the 4th signature. And then using a basic 3-hole pamphlet stitch, I stitched the 4 signatures in. Still looks quite a narrow book, but by the time we finish, this I have a feeling is going to be very, very chunky. I also, using the dies that were left over in my containers, I dyed some of the canvas, cotton canvas, this colour, and using the same dye. This is an antique piece of wedding dress applique, wow, with glass beads in the middle. This amazed me, the difference in colours. How I love to see how different fabrics pick up different colours. And when I was in Peru recently, I watched a fabric dyeing class and was amazed how different things that you can put onto your fabrics can completely change the colour. So that's a class that I'm hoping to do in the future. So there's the pinks. I did some of the sage greens, the same bit of applique there. And then I also did this vintage lace, which I love because it's sort of, can you see different shades taken up, different looks, different shades, even though it's exactly the same dye. So what I did with that is every signature I've stitched in a strip of that lace. I've used a sewing machine, but you could quite easily glue in. I've actually put them in at even distances. It's every the centre of every one, centre of every signature. I've done that first page. Normally I stick in a little bit more haphazardly, but I've gone for all the same pages this time. So although that journal still looks a little bit skinny, by the time it's embellished, I have a feeling this is going to be a bit of a big one. Anyway, today we're going to decorate this first page because this is the page, the wow factor on this page. So I'm going to show you how to make this little window. As you can see, the window's even got little cat hair on there. It's even got little dirty marks on, because I don't know about you, but no matter how much I clean my windows, the sun shines through and the dirty marks are picked up. So I thought, let's put some little marks on that window. And this technique is the same as I used on these white chipboard. So you can see how I did those. And I'm also going to show you how to make these mixed media tags. This one I haven't covered the back yet. I'll do that at a separate time. And now you're going to hear the rain on my conservatory roof, which hopefully will pass soon. So I sat down looking at this page and thought, right, what can I do for a bit of impact? So I got out my fairy cards. These are the Cecily Mary Baker Flower Fairy cards, which straight away are too big. But that's no problem. It's no problem. So I cut one down. And it is just a perfect size. That is just a perfect size. I'm going to back this onto some chipboard and paint the chipboard with gesso, and so that is a board then to use throughout the journal as a backing board so you can write on, because once these pages become embellished there isn't going to be it's quite difficult to write on, so a little backing board just helps. I have got quite a few of these Cecily Barker postcards, so I am going to put some of those in my Etsy shop. So that's what I first decided on. And then from the range that I have used, which is my Porch Prints Fairy Woods and Shabby Woods, I started looking at different things, different envelopes to put on the front, how I was going to do it, what I needed to do, would I make pockets out of them. Anyway, I came up with a plan, which I hope you like. So without further ado, let's move on. So first of all, I had half a vintage handkerchief, which you can see I'd dyed in the inks, the same inks as I dyed these in, and the front of the journal. So I've got my lovely little dots. I've done some edging on it, and I am now going to glue this in as a pocket. I'm going to glue it this way around. It is a vintage handkerchief, very, very delicate, so needs careful handling. So I'll just get my glue and we will begin. Oh, first of all, I got this doily as well. I thought that looked really pretty. So first of all, I'm going to glue in this doily. So I'm just going to put some beads of glue around. This Beacon 3-in-1 is so good. It's very, very much like a Fabri-Tac glue. So I'm just going to glue that in onto there. Let's put that straight. There we go. Because that's such a pretty doily, and I thought it looked like a flower. And with it being Gardens of Enchantment, I thought that would just go nicely. Just wipe that glue off my hands. And then the handkerchief, just going to run a bead of glue along there and a bead of glue along there. And let's just pop this in now. It's a vintage, so it wasn't exactly square. So it is going to just sort of stand out a little bit here, but that is no matter because that is where we are going to put our a bit of glue on there, put our bits and pieces. So this is going to make a double pocket because it was a triangle folded over. I've stitched around this. I was going to hand stitch it, but then I thought, no, I'll do a pattern stitch. Now, where's my little flower gone? I had, oh, it's fallen onto my knee. Oh, I did look at these other, got some lots of lovely little doilies. I did look at these others because these are ever so pretty, but they're all just slightly big. Then I wondered about having it overlapping, which I thought, yeah, that looks quite nice, but not for this journal, not in this one. That's why I went with the circular one. So I'm going to stick this little flower, which is part of the vintage applique that I dyed pink and green. That's there. And in here, I am going to put this card, which I need to finish yet, and back that card. So that card. Oop, let's just move that over a little bit. Does help if you check your sizes first. So that card will go in there, and I'm also going to put in one of these. These are genuine Edwardian Victorian calling cards, where you would call on each other for afternoon tea and leave a calling card just to say that you'd been, and maybe an invitation to afternoon tea at yours. I do believe sometimes they were but from a beau, a prospective beau, and a little codes and things were left in the calling cards so that you would know that that was from a beau. So I'm going to put that, and there's a little tag that I made that I do need to put some sari silk. I'm just waiting for some new pink sari silk to arrive. I'm going to put that in there. Now I have got quite a few of these calling cards, so I am going to put some into my Etsy shop, of which I will leave a link below. So that'll be the calling cards, and I'll also be putting some of these Sicily Mary Barker postcards in my Etsy shop too. So that is that page. I'm just going to take these out there whilst that dries. Now on this page, I thought it would be really fun to use this little robin envelope, and this will be from the My Porch Prints Shabby Woods. I'm going to put this is from My Porch Print Shabby Woods as well. I'm going to put that behind my window on there, but I'm going to only fasten it on 3 sides like a pocket. Then I can put that into there. What do you think? Yeah. So I'll do that now, and then I will show you how to make this window. Put the journal to one side. So I'm going to glue around there and put this onto there. That's the view out of the window. Let's move that down a bit, and then some more up. I should have only gone around 3 sides, and I have gone around 4. Whoops, wrong one. This is the side I want to leave open for the pocket. Thank goodness for baby wipes. So I am going to stick that little window on to there. So we've got the little window that does open, but it's not, it's there for effect. I am going to then, when it's all dried, be able to pop that behind there. Lovely. Then I have got some a stencil. I'm not sure where this stencil is from. It's just from my stash of stencils. So on this page, I thought I would just put some flowers. Oh, it's not done very well. There, and again across the top here, just for that garden of enchantment look. There we go. Love it. Love that. This is coffee stained paper that I'm using here. Laid it back on that's the distress ink, and that is peeled paint. I really do like that colour. So that's that. This is going to just slip into there, but I am going to edge that envelope in the silver. I'm going to put this onto some chipboard and edge that in the silver. Move that over. I'm going to put a tag on that once I get it, once my new Sari Silk arrives. There we go, that's be our first page. So there's some journaling space there, maybe to write your name on. And I will put a little something in this envelope. In fact, where this envelope opens here, I am going to, not glued it yet, so I'm just going to stencil on to there. So that when that envelope opens, it's just not a plain white, it will be colour. And I will, of course, do the obligatory inking around. So that everything matches. I might put some diamond or glossy accents on that robin as well, just to pick him out. There we go. going to show you. I might as well show you properly. He will be in there. What do you think? What do you think? I think that looks really nice. Right, so let's move on to, that's a little die cut that I found. It's really delicate, so I've just popped that in there for the future use. So we will now move on to making the tag, and I'll show you how I made this as well. So I've remembered my messy mat today, and it literally is a messy mat. It actually says messy mat on it, because this is where we get messy. So first of all, I've got a piece of parchment paper. This is actually from a die cut, and it was actually a lamp. I have got a die cut window, a die cut to make my own die cuts, but this one was already done. It was a lamp, but I cut the top off and I thought it was just ever such a pretty little window there. So I'm going to use that. I've got some paint here. It's a Winsor & Newton raw umber. I'm going to put a blob on here. You don't need very much at all. And I have got an acrylic. This is just one I got from Hobbycraft, System 3 white acrylic. And I just get a bit of that, put it onto there. Right. Very simple. All I do, wet my brush, take the white, and take a bit of the brown and mix them together to get a lighter brown. That is basically it. And then just paint. I go vertically for the wood that goes across. I am not an artist, as you will see. And vertically across the bottom, vertically across the window, painting in these little wooden bits too. It doesn't matter if it sort of streaks a little bit, because it's wood, and wood isn't perfect colour. It's uneven. Let's go down this way now, up and down this way. And the brush marks are leaving that wood grain effect, as you can see. Simple. So there's the base. So then you want it a little bit darker. So you get some more of your white, some more of the brown, mix them together. Perhaps a little bit of water on there, some more of the brown, just to make it a bit darker. And then what you would do, and I don't wait for this to dry, is I would just go over the top. And then it blends in together. And this is what's going to give you your grain effect of the wood. And down. And up and down. Oh, it's a wild windy day today in Bolton. Autumn is definitely here. I love autumn. Season of mist and mellow fruitfulness. Love it. There we go. And then with the dark umber, let's get a bit of water on there. With the dark umber, straight, neat dark umber, over the top again to give you that up next dark layer. Now this should dry really, really quickly. So remember, keep your grains going in the right direction. But it's wood. It's primitive. You don't need to be perfect. Unless you want to be. There we go, that will do. So then, very quickly, very quickly, I will just dry that really quickly. Doesn't take long at all. this brush, because I've got a little bit of this metallic gilding paste, because there is a little tiny handle here. I'm just going to pick that out in the gold there. Just dry that bit. So I wasn't expecting to craft today. However, I should have been on a course. Oop. I should have been on a course. My course was cancelled. So my husband's at the football. So it just gives me some time to me to do a bit of crafting. I've got everything I needed to do in the house done yesterday. Right, this is some laminate, and I do buy the laminate, but also quite often get pieces of laminate that your stamps may be adhered to. So this is from a stamp, so I'm just going to use this, and all I do is just slide it behind the window just to work out the size and just cut it. That's about there. So there is my little window, and then on the back of here, I mean, you could paint the back if you want your window to open wide to the world. You could paint the back. Then I'm going to put some glue. This glue has been driving me mad this morning. I had a needle in it which went rusty, so my glue turned at the top. My glue's turned brown. Right, so just around the edge of the window frame, I'm going to put, you can see my brown glue. I'm going to put some glue. So this is just on the frame bit. Come on. It's not playing ball at all. So just run some glue around there. Some rusty glue, and then I just stick on my window pane. There we go. So yes, showing it doesn't glue straight away. There we go. Stick on my window pane. Let's just give that 30 seconds or so to stick. Let's just press it down. And there you can see my window pane in my window. Now, like I said before, if you look out of your window, they're not always perfectly, even though you think they're perfectly clean, the minute the sun shines through and you see those smudges. So I've got some of this white paint on here. I'll just moisten that up a bit. Oh, I'll use my fresh one over here. So I literally get my bit of that white paint, and just where you where you might miss your windows, I just sort of put a bit of that white paint on, just where you might miss cleaning, you know, in those little nooks and crannies. And then I get a tissue and just dab some of that off. Because even my windows aren't that bad as that originally looked. And I don't know if you can see there, so can we put it onto, oh, I know. You might just be able to see those little marks that you get if you, where you don't clean your windows properly, that catch the bits you miss. I also, on my other window, I got these butterflies. I'm not even sure where I got them from, but throughout this journal, I am trying to add a butterfly to every page. So here is a tiny butterfly, and I'm just going to stick that up there. And then all I did was put a view behind my window. So for example, there you go, stuck that on there and got my outdoor view. So that is how I did this. So next I will show you how to make the tag, this tag. So again, it's the good old decoupage, a tag time, of which I've not even brought the tag with me. 30 seconds. Sorry about that. Right, so whenever I'm making any journals, I keep a basket. This is the basket. This was the bridesmaids at my daughter's wedding earlier this year. So for the series that I'm doing at the moment is the Garden of Enchantment. Any bits of paper or fabric, some more spotty fabric there, I put into here so that when I decorate anything from scraps, it's all very similar effects and colours that are used. So there's the basket, and that's kept by the side of me to put my bits in. Now then, Mod Podge. Good old Mod Podge. So I've got my bits of papers here. I've chosen them out of the basket. Got my brush, and first of all, I will, let's just check them in frame. There, yes I am. I will Mod Podge over my tag. So this is just made out of chipboard, probably around 1/8 of an inch or so thick. And then I literally get my papers and I'll just glue them on. If they overlap, it doesn't matter, because to me that's part of the effect. I do like my torn edges. It's a bit big. This is nice. Fit there. I'm putting everything the right way on this. Sometimes I do it crisscrossed and mismatched and things, but this are all going the right way. Some of my eco dyed paper there. I'm going to put this up here. It says mimosa there. Ooh, I could just drink a mimosa. Let's take a bit of this. I'm going to put this there. Oh, the sun's coming out now. 1 minute it's raining, then the sun's out, the wind's blowing. It's actually a beautiful day to have gone for a walk. But like I say, hubby's at the football. I should have been elsewhere on a training day. It was healing. I'm very into spiritual healing. So it was a spiritual healing day, but that was cancelled. There we go. There we go. So that is the base. Don't get too hung up about it. It's just like the underwear of the tag. So then I've got these, and they are actually vintage. The mushrooms, the little die cuts from Europe, made in Germany. They are vintage and they are reproduction, Victorian scrapbooking pieces. Now again, I have got loads and loads of these, so I am going to just cut that off there. I am going to sell some of these. So along with the calling cards and the fairy cards, I will put some of these. So I've got lots here in this, lots and lots of different ones in this box, and I've got a whole loads more. So I'll make up some little packs of these as well, and these will be going into my Etsy shop this weekend. I will put a link below. That's beautiful, that hand. So I will put those into my shop and put a link on this video. Right, let's just Mod Podge that onto there as like a focal point. Right, the next thing I do, I once bought this paper, and it's tea bag paper. I've tried to get it since, and you can buy it on Amazon, but they're only small packets of tea bag paper, where this was a huge roll, and I love this. I love it. Now, if you haven't got any, don't fear. You don't need to rush out and buy some. You can use white tissue. You could use, you know, for the serviettes, when your napkins, when you divide up your napkins, you could use that napkin fabric. So that goes onto there. It looks quite thick at the moment in time, but actually, once you've put this on, more Mod Podge over the top, get away a little bit. I love it when my husband and son go to football. So I get a quiet Saturday afternoon. My daughter's out swimming with a boyfriend today. They've gone to the gym. It's all lovely, lovely, lovely and quiet. Right, so you put that over the top. Still looks cloudy, but it will dry much clearer. I then, my Podge is done with. I then take this and I will just tear around so that I do get like a raggedy edge. I do like my raggedy edges. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. Across there and across the top. Oops, just take that down there. Take that bit off. There we go. I like that. And then I am very, very quickly just going to have this nearly dry, but very quickly dry that off. Right, you can see that mushroom as toadstool has come through much stronger now. Right, this is my favourite bit coming up. So now I need my glue stick, and then I got this on eBay from patsymay.co.uk, and it is printer's foil. And what you do with this is you put some glue randomly on your work. Might have got a bit carried away there. Then the printer's foil you put on shiny side up, and you have lots and lots of fun just pressing that down on your... This printer's foil is going to last forever, this one small roll, I'm pretty sure of it. So you press that down onto your tag and then you pull. And there, can you see that beautiful effect from the printer's foil? Oh, that's really lovely. I'm just going to put a bit more glue up there. So you can just keep going, put as much as you want on. Back on with the printer's foil. You use the same piece over and over again because it's on the little bits that you're actually tearing off. And off again. There we go. Love it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Scrummy. There, can you see? Then I'm going to take some tea dye and my stamp. So on this clear stamps from Craft Consortium. Take this clear stamp. I'm not going to put it on a perspex for now. And I'm just going to lightly press on these flowers. Do some in the green as well. It's nice to have the different colours. There we go. And I will get my, where have I put it? My, here we go, ink pad. And I will just go around the edges. Still feel that there's glue on there. Just go around the edges there. Just going to go around near the mushroom. I still feel that there's glue on there, so I'm just going to give it one more. This comes in all different colours, this printer's gilding. Got some green as well. I'm just going to do that again. Yeah, I thought there was some more glue on. So there we go, done. So that is my grungy mixed media art tag. Will I punch a hole in it at the top there? Not sure, I might do, or I might just leave it like that. So I just need to put some gesso or some paper on the back, which I will do off camera. And hopefully in a couple of more days, I will see you again so that we can carry on decorating this lovely journal together. And we will use these tags in this journal. Thank you so much. Thank you. I will see you again soon. If you've enjoyed the video, please click subscribe. Once I get to 100 subscribers, I will be giving a journal away. And, well, either a journal or some vintage laces and doilies and things. So it's up to you. So please recommend me to your friends. Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Bye.